dealer's choice. Hello and welcome to another Whiskey Review with me, the Whiskey Novice. Thank you for joining me for review number 101, part 4 of my series, Dealer's Choice. A series which I have thoroughly enjoyed and one which I will be sad to leave behind in this occasion, but I will be back for another one. This one, part 4, as I said, of the series, Craigellachie, 17-year-old, as chosen by Arne Tiger. I'm sure some/most obvious will know, have heard of Arne Tiger in the community, throughout the community. Great person, I believe, and thank you very much to Arne for suggesting this. Very, very much appreciate it, because he has done it again. It's been another bottle that I've looked at. I've thought, yeah, I would like to buy one of them, but this comes in at the 80 to 90 pounds mark, and I've just been I've looked at it and went, I like the looks of it, I like the sounds of it, I just don't like the price of it. For anybody wishing to buy one of these, this is, as I said, the 17-year-old, bottled at 46%, matured 17 years, an American oak. This one is cask number 4. 04-6137 for anyone who might think or wants the same ball, and it was bottled on the 15th of the 10th 2018. There you have it. That's the details there. It's a non-chill filtered, bottled at 46%, as I do believe I said. Natural color, I didn't find anything to say so, but you know, if you get to that stage and it's not natural, you know, it's quite dark, but it is 17 years old. It's hard to know. It's hard to know, isn't it? So let's just dive in. Now, there's something, and I mentioned it whenever I reviewed the Craigellachie 13, which I would expect just diving into this Speyside, and you do get it. It's that worm tub condensing again. You expect to find a dirty or dirty-ish whiskey, and you do get it. Although, straight into the nose, well, yet again, typically I suppose Speyside, soft, subtle, waxy and dirty. And with this one I found more waxy than the 13-year-old. Honey, yeah, and peach, and even there's a florally thing of it, more like honeysuckle. Loads and loads of soft, flowing, gentle fruit. Orange, apple, soft fruits, even banana. Some nice milk chocolate, muted sweetness, and age. But when I say age, it's dunnage. It's that old smell, like an old dunnage funk. Sweet, milky tea. Yep. Beautifully soft. But the alcohol's there, and you know the alcohol's there, and it doesn't shy away. It does make itself present. But it just plays so nicely along with all that soft fruit and those sweet notes, but creamy sweet notes, very creamy sweet notes. So to the palate. Big but soft, sweet and sour arrival. Getting a slight bitterness this time. Coats incredibly well. It's that dirt. It's filthy, this whiskey. Sweet, lightly peppery, waxy film. Forms very quickly. All the soft fruit remains intact. Sweet, but not annoyingly sweet. light vanilla, honey again, honeysuckle again, chocolate, nice oaky spice, plays along with the vanilla. It's weird. It's a lovely. I personally would consider this a complex, easy sipper. And I know that doesn't make sense. That contradicts itself. But that's the thing about it. You could easily drink this. I'll go back to this in a minute. You could easily drink this and not have to think too much about it, or you could easily break it down into its constituent parts, and it's brilliant. It really is a weirdly complex, easy sipper. That finish is long, slightly dry, peppery, chocolatey, memorable. Very good. Actually, even fresh. It doesn't linger around and make you want to wash it away. Let's add some water, shall we? Thank you to Arne Tiger for suggesting this. As I did say earlier on, this was on the radar, but just somewhere a little further on the outskirts of it, I think. Now, obviously, add water, let it settle. It'll get probably better with settling after time, you know. But for the purposes of this, we shall move on. That addition of water brightens it up, releases a bit, makes it a bit sweeter, makes it a bit softer, fruitier, again brighter. Little lemon, ginger beer, apple, more of that honeysuckle, and digestive biscuit. A light menthol note, and it reminded me, and it made me think. And I was getting something this, and I debated with Mrs. Novice about this one, and I was getting honey and lemon lozenges, throat sweets, you know, the ones, particularly the ones with the hard shell, soft center, those ones, and nobody else really seemed to, but I definitely could get, once I had that in my head, that's pretty much all I could smell, and it's that real honey and lemon thing about it. Lovely. I love that smell, love it. Thinner, yeah, naturally, but because it's dirty, it's still full of flavor. Everything, nothing gives up. More oaky, but less peppery, so it's got an oaky spice, but there's flavor with that spice, and it's not just a peppery heat. Not that it was hot, but just, if you know what I mean, it was just, it's balancing that pepperiness heat out a bit. Finish remains long, slightly dusty, oaky yet again. Some of that menthol that I was getting earlier on starting to hang about on the finish. Look, this is good stuff. There's no denying it. I love a real peach of a Speyside, and I know whenever we talk about Speysides, it almost sounds as if it's a specific thing, and that's a specific flavor. It depends on who makes it, how it's made, etc. But there is that honeysuckle floral sort of thing, and that has a thread through Speyside. And when it's done right, Craigellachie do it right, and it's done well. The worm tub condensing does add that extra body to it, that dirtiness. It filthies the whiskey up, and it just, you know, it gives it grip. Now, down to the price, 80 to 90 pounds, 17-year-old. Would I replace this? Probably not. Probably not. Why? Because, like, I mean, at the end of the day, I've just spent the last however long here bigging it up and saying it's great, it's this, it's that, it's the other thing. I just don't think it's worth 80 to 90 pounds. And probably, wherever you're from, an awful lot more expensive. Because it's not that much better than the 13, which is half the price. So my suggestion would be buy the 13 and something else, or buy 2 bottles of the 13 and enjoy yourself for the weekend. You know, it's good, it's great, it really is genuinely good whiskey, just not worth that money. There you have it. There you have it. So, you know, there you go. You know, I can't really say an awful lot more than that. So we shall let. Yes, if you like this. I did say earlier on, I did use a word which describes the whiskey which I'm going to suggest to you perfectly, I think, and it was the word waxy. And this Craigellachie 17 did remind me a bit of the Craigellachie 14. It did. This, for its money, is where it's at, I think. You know, that this does closer to the £50 mark, because it's that massive leap. There's only 3 years difference, and I know that, you know, there's Diageo, etc. But it just, I don't know, to me, this one, as great as it is, this Craigellachie, as great as it is, just is not worth the money. So either, as I said, well, what you do is then, here's a suggestion for you: buy a Craigellachie 13 and a Craigellachie 14, and you've got 2 fantastic bottles in your cabinet, just like that, for the price of 1 fantastic bottle. Yet again, that might sound a little contradictory, but it's true. It's you know, when you think about it, it's 2 great bottles compared to 1 great bottle. So anyway, there's my suggestion. If you like Craigellachie 17, you haven't had, let's face it, you probably have. But if you haven't, buy yourself a bottle of Craigellachie 14. It is a belter. Yes, it is. So there you have it. Keep saying there you go. That is the end of this series for now. There will be another dealer's choice. Good way to end it. It is a great whiskey. It really is. Just not worth the money. No, it's not. So yeah, this series will return for another one. Until then, thank you very, very much for joining me. Thank you for joining in with this series. Thank you for all your comments, as always. I really enjoy reading the comments. I enjoy people reaching out, taking the time to comment on my videos. And I always do try to reply to them. So that's because I appreciate it. And yes, thank you very, very much for joining me. Thank you very much to my patrons. If you wish to join that group, the details are in the description below. Quite sad leaving this dealer's choice, but sad face. Anyway, until the next time, here's to good health. Cheers.
Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please click and subscribe to be notified of further content.